everybody. My name is Jason Bigelow. I'm the equipping pastor at Crowfoot Baptist Church here in Lebanon, Oregon. Recently, I've been reflecting on what my life would be like without the influence of the Covenant community in Camp Tadmor. My relationship with the Covenant community began about 20 years ago, right here in this place, at the back deck of Camp Tadmor in the dining hall. I sat here on this bench, angry at my family, bitter towards the church, doubting God, and convinced that He wanted nothing to do with me, until one moment when somebody sat down next to me. And that conversation led into an introduction to people who would become Christ-like mentors and godly leaders and disciple makers in my own life. The way that God has used the Covenant community to shape me and mold me and shape my family is something that only He could do. And I praise God that He's still doing it and He's still using you for that. So it stirs my heart to think about the implications of what life would be like if the ministry of Camp Tadmor and CB Northwest were not available in a few years. Tadmor is responsible for about 70% of the income that is used to make the ministry of CB Northwest as a whole possible for all of our churches. So what does life without Camp Tadmor look like for the rest of us, without the community of CB Northwest? Well, it means no annual enrichment conference. It means no prayer summit, no equipping retreats, no youth retreats, no summer camps. It means no conflict resolution helps. It means no church assessment, no relational elder training, no convergence to equip the next generation of pastors to lead our churches. And right now, due to the effects of COVID-19, Camp Tadmor has been shut down for the summer, which means 70% of our financial resources have not come in for this year. Now, I'm not speaking from an official capacity. Right? I have no idea what our financial statement is. I haven't seen it since March like the rest of you have. But common sense tells me that we can't operate for an entire year when 70% of that revenue is not coming in. So there has to be a new model, a different way for us to survive by God's grace. But what if we did more than just survive the next couple of years? What if during this season we actually saw our church community flourish? What if we saw the Covenant community have greater impact on our world, on our neighborhoods, on our country? I am convinced that our ministry effectiveness and opportunities are only limited by our vision, by our faith in God, and by our willingness to sacrificially serve alongside with one another. What if there was a financial resource available for churches as they were planting other churches to support each other? What if you felt called by God to go on a mission to another part of the world and you needed extra financial resources? What if a pastor became sick and needed financial resources to support their family? The opportunities are endless as God would choose to use us. We always refer to ourselves as a covenant community, a group of churches living together in covenant, working together, sweating, striving side by side. And right now, the ministry of Camp Tadmor and the resources provided by CB Northwest are dependent upon your church's partnership in order to make those things available for the next couple of years. But I trust that we will not just survive the next couple of years, but that God would choose to increase our fruitfulness and allow us to see many more people come into His kingdom for His glory. As I sit here, I look at the dining hall, and it's been freshly painted by a group of volunteers. Fresh paint, fresh trim, and it looks good. It looks like it's ready for another 50 years of service. Let's make sure that happens.